Hello, everyone, and welcome into the Sports Stove Draft Show right here on the Sports Stove Media Network. We continue to roll through our player rankings by position for the 2026 NFL Draft. We started having some trades announced in the NFL this week. We've got free agency coming up. So much is going on. Well, let's not forget about the draft coming up, of course. Now, getting closer every day, right? Today, we're looking at linebackers, and our episode today is presented by Righteous Felon Jerky. Join the flavor revolution at righteousfelon.com. Promo code is STOVE15. That's STOVE15. You're going to get 15% off your purchase each and every time. Follow us on social media, would you, at Sports Stove, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And then, of course, if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe. Please hit that subscribe button. We'd greatly appreciate it. And we want you to comment, give your thoughts throughout this episode. This linebacker class, it's an interesting class because there's a lot of conversation at the top of it with Arvell Reese and Sonny Styles. I actually love a guy we'll talk about in a minute. And then and there's a couple guys I really like that are not necessarily the top of the class, but still really, really good football players. So we'll talk about that as well as we look through this group of linebackers that I think are impressive. So let's talk about rankings, first of all. I've got 4 guys with first-round grades. Arvell Reese at number 1, and I'll talk about him in a minute, but I'm going to put him in both linebacker and on the edge rusher rankings. So this is the first time that I'm going to even consider that at the edge, just because the closer we get, the more he's doing. It just seems like he's going to end up being on the edge, especially as a rookie, and maybe just for his entire career. But there's still that potential if he gets put in the right place and gets used to his fullest ability, then I think we're going to see him at both roles. So we'll keep him in a linebacker for now. We're going to also rank him in our edge rushers there. So I've got him at number 1 at linebacker. At number 2, I have Sonny Styles out of Ohio State, and I believe it is like razor thin close between these two. They're different players. What I see, and I'll talk about it when I get to Sonny Styles in a minute, but I am very, very high on Sonny Styles. At number 3, for a lot of this process has been CJ Allen from Georgia, but I cannot hide any more my love for Anthony Hill Jr. I've talked about him every time I've talked about linebackers, but I've had him ranked 4th behind CJ Allen. No longer do I do that. I still think at this moment, CJ Allen will get drafted before Anthony Hill, but I'm ranking them as I think career-wise that he will have. Anthony Hill will have a greater career than CJ Allen. I think he's a better player than CJ Allen. So I'm putting Anthony Hill at 3, CJ Allen at 4. Again, I think they're closely ranked as well. I think Anthony Hill should probably be somewhere in the 20s range, and CJ Allen somewhere in the 26, the 28 range, somewhere in that kind of thing. And we'll go through our top 100 down the road and everything like that too. So there's my top 4, all first-round graded linebackers. Then I've just got boatloads of second-round grades on guys. Josiah Trotter from Missouri, Jake Galladay from Cincinnati, Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech, Kyle Lewis from Pitt, Deontay, Lawson from Alabama, and I still have a second-round grade on Harold Perkins Jr. out of LSU. I seem to be on an island here with Harold Perkins, and so more than likely I'm wrong, but I'm going to stick with it still. I think Harold Perkins Jr. is the kind of player, the kind of athlete that has a long NFL career and will be a valuable piece in the right system as well. So I like him as a second rounder as well. Then third round grades on Torian York and Jayshawn Barham out of Michigan as well. So let's run through these guys then top to bottom. Arvell Reese. I struggle with Arvell Reese. I think that Arvell Reese has the highest ceiling of any of these linebackers, maybe the highest ceiling of even the edge rushers, and a top 3 of the highest ceiling in this draft. That being said, there are still things about Arvell Reese that I can see him possibly being a bust. Now, it's not what I'm rooting for. It's not what I want to happen, and I'm not saying it's going to happen. But there is, I think, the wrong situation for Arvell Reese. I think he could be put in a situation where he could end up being a bust. Now, there are players who transcend, coaches. There are players who transcend schemes and fits and all those kinds of things, but they're few and far between. If you go to the defensive side of the ball, you go to Ed Reed. Ed Reed would have been great wherever he played. Micah Parsons is going to make it happen wherever he's at. Myles Garrett, the same way. But there are a lot of players who were very, very good or even great because they were in the right place. And that's the majority of our great players in the NFL. There are other players who could have been so good if they just would have been in the right situation. Go to quarterbacks and look what Cleveland's done to them, and the Jets and what they've done to them. You can look through history and you can see there are players who had talent, but they did not get put in the right spot, or they were just not mature enough at that time, and there weren't the right people around to kind of rein them in, or whatever it may be. And so with Arvell Reese, I look at him. He's got all the physical traits. He's an elite athlete. He can run. He can tackle. He can rush. He can cover to a degree as well. He's nice and long. All those good things come with him as well. But he's a little late on some things. You can watch he is smart. I'm not saying he's not smart, and he's worthy of a first-round talent, first-round draft pick. He's worthy of a top 5 or 10. We'll say he's top 5, still where I have him ranked. So he's worthy of all that because of his ceiling, but there are things about him that still scare me. And so Arvell Reese, talent-wise, there's no question where he stands on these orders, but there are questions. There are questions about what he can do in the wrong place. And you're looking at those top picks where you're looking at the Jets, you're looking at the Cardinals, the Titans, even though I like Robert Saleh and that fit there. But there are things that could happen that could go wrong for Arvell Reese. So I've got him at number 1, but I have concerns. Let's put it that way. I have concerns for that. Number 2 is Sonny Styles. And listen, I've been high on Sonny Styles from the get-go. If you go back and listen to my very first linebacker episode covering these guys, I said it then and I'm sticking with it. Sonny Styles is the safest linebacker pick in the draft, meaning that no matter where he goes, he's going to succeed, and he's going to succeed for a long, long time. Sonny Styles is a perfect linebacker coming in. The only real downfall is size. He was a former safety. He's in that 240 range, which is fine. But that would be the question mark, is the size for him. When you look at his covering against tight ends, very, very good. When you look at his explosiveness, very, very good. When you look at his physicality, very, very good. When you look at the scheme that he can fit in, it's all of them. I'm telling you, Sonny Styles is the safe pick. Is he going to be a superstar? Arvell Reese has that superstar potential. But like I said, he also has the bust potential. Sonny Styles, I don't know that he has the superstar potential, but he has a star potential, and I think his floor is so stinking high. Like, Sonny Styles is a guy that I'm in love with. I think that he easily is a top 5 talent. And if I was picking a linebacker, I think I'd go Styles over Reese, depending on what I see in the interviews and those kinds of things in this off-season process and these months leading up to the draft. I just feel safer with Sonny Styles. So I still have a rank below Arvell Reese because Arvell Reese is more talented, physically gifted. But Sonny Styles, I love everything about him. So number 3 then for me is Anthony Hill Jr. And I'm telling you, I've praised this guy ever since we started these rankings and talking about this class. And he has the games under his belt. He has the wits. He has the ability to be the leader of the defense. He has he can pass rush, especially from that middle linebacker spot. or Mike kind of positioning. He is very violent in the way that he finishes tackles as well, and he's got great speed. He's just a playmaker. And when you look at these guys, I think Sonny Styles fits this too. I think Arvell Reese can fit this too. CJ Allen probably does also, but there is a something about Anthony Hill that to me says, give him to me in the late teens to the mid-20s range, and I think the value on him is awesome. He's going to be a 3-down back. He can play in multiple schemes. He can blitz the quarterback. He can drop in coverage. He can play the Mike. He can play the weak side, whatever it is. He's a great fit for a lot of teams. So I love Anthony Hill Jr. He's number 3 for me. Number 4, and the last first-round guy I have is CJ Allen out of Georgia. He fits the Georgia mold, right? Like, he's instinctive. He's disciplined on the field. He's a linebacker. He may not be the best at everything, but he's a Georgia linebacker. He fits the mold. Good football IQ. Very under control in the way that he plays. He's a strong tackler as well. He really seems to process things well from the linebacker spot as well. He's not the same speedster that we're going to see out of Sonny Styles and Reese and Hill. He's not slow, but I don't love his pass rushing as much as I like what I'm seeing out of Reese and Styles and Hill as well. So there are things about him that may not be as naturally gifted, maybe the right way to put it. Still really, really good. Still a first-round talent. I just like Hill better. I'd rather have Anthony Hill or Sonny Styles over CJ Allen. So, you get it down to the late part of the draft, first-round picks, again, mid-20s, there's going to be opportunities there for an awesome spot for CJ Allen. All right, then we get into the second-round guys, and we'll just do this quickly. Let's start with Jay Galladay from Cincinnati. He's fine size, athletic, very smooth. He's not huge for sure. Great pursuit. He plays with, here you go, ready for the cliche, high motor. Plays hard. He does not stop. Very good angles as he's going after the ball as well. So a lot of good things there. Strength is the question. Is he big enough? Is he strong enough? And maybe in the second round you want him to be more, but he could be a really valuable special teamer as a rookie. But ultimately he's going to be an every down guy in the defense. He's going to help your defense out a lot. I like him. But day 2, I like him. Jacob Rodriguez has burst up the scene, flying up draft boards out of Texas Tech. He's had a good offseason already, and I expect he'll continue to have one as well. Processes great. He tracks the ball well in coverage, very just aware in coverage. He's a good tackler as well. I don't love his blitzing. He's playing linebacker, so he's going to have to do it at some point, but not, every down. So I like him. I think that there's fits for him versus, any team kind of a thing situation as well. But I do like Jacob Rodriguez. I've seen him mocked to Green Bay a lot, and I like it. They're going to need somebody if Quay Walker's gone. That kind of fit works, but zone heavy is going to be better for him as well. Deontay Lawson out of Alabama. It's just Alabama's not what they were, but he's really good. He's very good at run defender. He takes on blockers really, really well and is able to kind of get off of those blockers as well. Drops well in the zone, but he's just a physical linebacker as well. His coverage isn't my favorite. Again, zone's fine, but the man's not good. He's going to get beat, by a running back or a tight end, especially in today's NFL. So his strength is going to be in the run game. His strength is going to be kind of fill up that spot there in the middle as well from there. Josiah Trotter, interesting guy, right? Missouri this year. A little undersized, but he's got that, that bloodline. So you expect that from him. He's got great instincts. Great play recognition. Again, high football IQ. He's a leader. He's a guy that can control the defense. And if you can keep him in the short areas, he's really, really good. But the struggle comes in the getting pulled out, I guess, from that. Not a great pass rusher, again, not elite speed, not even great length, but he gives you the instincts in there as he plays with his brain. And that's a good thing, I think, at least at the linebacker position there as well. Harold Perkins Jr., let's talk about him because I love him. All right, we're at the 15-minute mark. I need to wrap this up. Harold Perkins Jr., injuries, hasn't played as much football as you'd like him to play in recent years. Crazy athletic. He can pass rush. He can tackle. He can blitz down the middle. He's got great range as well. He's an athlete. That means that the weakness is the physicality. A little undersized, can be caught up in traffic a little bit. Struggles against the powerful blockers and things like that. So I think Harold Perkins can be what NFL teams are looking for out of a linebacker. You can move him around a little bit. He has some versatility. He's got the talent to be able to cover as well. So when you're pulling guys for packages and things like that, you can leave them on the field. I really, really like him, but I like him as a late second, early third is where I like him at. So as much as I like him, I still don't think he's a high second round pick necessarily there either. So that's where I've got him sitting at as well. And then Kyle Lewis, I think is how you say that, out of Pitt. Dude, and again, freak athlete. What he's able to do and cover ground, tackling, and just taking those angles and different things at it. He's flying up boards right now as well, and he's into my second round also. The other guys are Torian York and Jayshawn Barham. I've got them as third-round picks. I think the linebacker class is really, really good this year. We're going to see a lot of fun stuff out of it. All right, so tell me, who do you like? Who do you dislike? How do you feel about the rankings? I got them wrong? How do you feel about Arvell Reese? Is he obviously he's a great talent. Do you see the bust potential in him too, or do you think I'm crazy? Do you love one of these other guys, Anthony Hill, C.J. Allen? Do you love one of those second-round guys that I mentioned, Jacob Rodriguez? You fallen in love with him too? How about Harold Perkins Jr.? Do you love him like I do, or do you say, man, what are you smoking? Nothing, by the way. I'm not smoking anything. That being said, that's our linebackers. We want to hear your thoughts on it. Please let us know. Comment there on the YouTube video, and make sure you hit that subscribe button while you're there as well from there. A reminder, today's episode presented by Righteous Felon Jerky. Find your new favorite flavor of jerky or beef sticks at righteousfelon.com. The promo code STOVE15 will get you 15% off your purchase. Listen, if you prefer the audio version, we've got the podcast available for you. It's the Sports Stove Football Show podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. But we sure appreciate you tuning in and for listening and watching and commenting and following and all those good things. We sure love it. So thank you so much for that. We'll be back with more player rankings in the days ahead. Until then, we'll see you around the Sports Stove.